Steph Curry answered the call. LeBron James did not. On Thursday, Stephen A. Smith said, talking about LeBron James's legacy, that Steph Curry could replace him on a Mount Rushmore. What does Steph Curry do that night? He goes out, he bests LeBron, he wins, ties the series back up 1-1. LeBron's legacy, is it going down if they lose this series? Steph Curry, yeah. Yeah. Clay does Clay things. You expect it. You expect at least 15 out of that guy, and you got 7. That's not what you want. Josh, I still like the Lakers to win this series. Am I one that's going against the field here? Maybe. That's whatever. I think LeBron, the Lakers to win the series, can find a way to get to a conference final one more time. That being said, if the Warriors can go on a classic Warriors run, if I know anything, Josh, the Warriors are really good at scoring points. And if I know anything about basketball, and if one team's really good at scoring points, it's kind of hard to score more points than that team that's really good at scoring points. So if I was the Lakers, I would be a little. It's kind of hard to points. So it's kind of hard to get a little. You also got to factor in the defense in the air. Yeah, I mean it's a real question, Josh. Many are asking. Be a little concerned. Yeah, let's put it like this, Josh. Budenholzer, if you're talking about a guy that has won an NBA title, you include him in that conversation. If you're talking about a guy that might be a little overhyped as a coach, you include him in that conversation. If Kevin Durant has a one size shoe less, Budenholzer's fired in 2021 more than likely. Okay? Because they won the NBA title, he saved his job. That being said, if you're Mike Budenholzer, all-time spin zone, you won an NBA championship. That's hard to do. You're going to get a job for life. Well, but yeah, Josh, and that's the thing is, it's a little bit weird to see Mike Budenholzer get fired because I remember Giannis. I'm old enough to remember Giannis telling me that this season wasn't a failure. So a little bit weird to see Mike Budenholzer. If it wasn't a failure, I remember Giannis. I'm old fired. Yeah, a failure. So I remember Giannis. I don't know, but I'm old. Why did the coach get fired? Remember that a failure. So I remember Giannis. I'm old. I don't know about you, Josh. A few. A failure. I think so. I mean, like, you remember that, right? I don't know about you, Josh, but it's a few. But I don't know about you, Josh. Yeah, but that's Giannis maybe saying that. But I think in the court of public opinion, that might be different. But look, I just want to say I'm going to call my shot. Honest, maybe saying that. Congratulations to Mike Budenholzer, the new head coach of the Washington Wizards. Honest, maybe saying that. Josh, I think it's going to happen. Well, they fired their guy. That's why I know a spot's open. And it would be the most Wizards thing to be like, hey, here's a guy that was like good in his past. The basketball team, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. Josh, Sam Darnold's your starting quarterback week 1 for the San Francisco 49ers in 2023. Okay? Let's add the timeline here, okay? Brock Purdy gets injured in the NFC Championship. He's got the elbow issues, he's got to get the surgery, and you're looking at the timeline, and Brock Purdy himself says, I don't know if I'm going to be ready to start 2023. So you start looking at the timeline, the timeline goes, well, we bring in Sam Darnold. Everything we're told is Trey Lance isn't probably going to be the guy for the 49ers. Not to mention, is Trey Lance coming off an ACL injury even going to be ready to start the 2023 season? So now you have two guys that might not be ready. Your other quarterback that you had last year is now with the Las Vegas Raiders. And so you bring in Sam Darnold and you start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Josh, Sam Darnold may just revolutionize his career with Kyle Shanahan and these Sam Darnold 49ers. Now, hear me out. This is best case scenario for Sam Darnold. You start out, you go 4-2 as the starter. Brock Purdy comes back. He's the quarterback for about 10 games, and then all of a sudden, boom, shoulder dislocated or something like that. And he's the quarterback for about re-enter. So now you re-enter Sam Darnold, and boom, shoulder. He comes in as the backup quarterback, no pressure. He's the quarterback for about 10. Sam Darnold's got to re-enter. Enter Sam Darnold, and boom, I'm saying Trey Lance. He's the quarterback for about situation. He comes in and just starts balling. Enter Sam Darnold, and boom, he's the quarterback for about 10. Not a factor in the situation. Josh, if I know anything, enter Sam Darnold, you try to draft a guy, and you trade a lot of picks to draft. Not a factor in the situation. What was it? Well, because Josh, enter Sam Darnold, and boom, you're probably going to try to let him play. But if you're the San Francisco 49ers, you're going, no, no, we're not going to let him play. You're probably going to. That sounds great. I mean, that, yeah, Josh, let's break that down. What's a single season passing record in the NFL? Great question, Josh. It is held by Peyton Manning. Sounds like a pretty legit dude, right? 500 or 5,477 yards he threw for in 2013. So Lamar Jackson trying to go for 6,000, but Josh, we got to remember there was one last game. Mm-hmm. 7 yards he threw for. Right. Yeah, let's put it like this, Josh. We're going to be on Lamar Jackson 6,000 watch here on Josh and Pat. And all this is all he's got to do. I mean, Josh, yep. Sponsored by, yeah, sponsored by the entire gym. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Yeah. So, Josh, I ran the numbers. All he's got to do is just got to throw for 353 yards a game. So, if I know anything about Lamar Jackson, it's he starts the season out hot. The only other issue is Josh. He hasn't played 17 games. I don't think ever. The is Josh. He hasn't. Right, Josh. Bring us the numbers. Right, Josh. Just a little bit. That's it. Mm-hmm. Just that's just a real little bit off. We can increase that number. Yeah, that's about 200 yards off. 6,000. Look, Lamar's saying he wants to, but Josh, you can forget he's got the new offensive coordinator. He's got the new contract. I mean, if you expect new weapons, you expect anything on Lamar Jackson. He wants to throw for 6,000. So hey, we're rooting for you, Lamar. Yes. Yes. Hmm. Mm-mm. Incorrect. Hmm. Correct. Yes. Yeah, Josh. I think we're looking at a Kentucky Derby, and we're looking at a Derby that's we got a lot of horses in it. Okay, Derby starts. You know, when it's Derby Saturday, you bring out the hats, you bring out the outrageous outfits, and you bring out the celebrities. And we're all going around to watch some horses run on the dirt in Louisville, Kentucky. And when you think about that, you start thinking, who's got a chance? Who's got a chance? Well, Josh, my third favorite this week is Rocket Can, okay? Because it's not Rocket Man, okay? This isn't Elton John. This is Rocket Can, okay? Because he can win the Kentucky Derby, okay? So I like him. Another one that I'm a huge fan of is Hit Show. Because if you know anything, you just want to be watching a hit show on Netflix, on HBO Max, Amazon Prime. It's a feel-good name. You feel comfortable with the horse in the running. But Josh, on HBO Max, Amazon Prime, it's a 24-1 odds to win the Kentucky Derby is verifying. Look, verifying has been an interesting topic over the last few months. Yeah, big time. People losing their verification on Twitter, Instagram changing their verification rules. Look, big time. You have people verifying come out and win the Kentucky Derby over the last changing their verification. Is Elon Musk backing this horse? Big time. People lose. I don't know. Josh. Over the last topic. What do you like over the last? Freebie fade, yes. Fade him. Well, and if I remember, you basically said you yeah. If I remember, you basically said, if you could bet for a horse to finish last, you're saying it's Sun Thunder. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fair point, Josh. Fair point. Right. Mm-hmm. But sometimes that's a winner. Hadn't won a championship yet, but you knew it might be coming. 2019. 2019. Oh, that's right. I just totally forget that I said that. You're right. NBA expert. That you're right. That the value. Right. The name the Russells. Russell Westbrook, Bill Russell, Russell Wilson. Name the Russell. Mm. Yeah, tough day. Tough day to be ESPN. They ran a story. They put it on the Twitter. They put it on the Bird. They said Brad Pitt Welcome to the F1. He's racing in the F1 race starting this weekend as an 11 team. They said Brad Pitt. Yeah, it was a great story. F1 race. They said Brad Pitt. They said Brad Pitt. Yeah, it just turns out you were wrong. And so Brad Pitt not going to be on the track at the same time. Quite a little bit different. And also not driving an F1 car. So it's an F2, F3 car on the track at the same time. So, and also not driving an F1. Mm-hmm. Right. F3 car on the track at the same time. Yeah. 2 F3 car. It's 2 F3 car. It's 2 F3 car. Yeah, it turns out that maybe money doesn't buy you happiness, and money isn't buying the Mets wins right now. Money doesn't buy you happiness, which is unfortunate for them. They just got swept by the Detroit Tigers, who are 4 games below 500. But if you think about it, we're 7 games below 500 before they played. So, hey, they sit third in the AL Central. The Tigers do, so that's good for them. But if I know anything about the Mets, they're average right now. They're 500, and if I know anything about the Central, the Tigers do. So he's not striving for average. He went out. They're average right now. He said, "Let's get Justin Verlander." Central, the Tigers do. We got Max Scherzer. What happens? Both of them pitch. Both of them get losses to the Detroit Tigers. Josh, it's a tough time to be a New York baseball fan because last time I checked, the Yankees are in last place too. The AL Beast. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, let's put it like this. They won 15 and 19. Some people are going to say, hey, schedule's weak. And you know what I say to that? Well, what do you expect? We won 15 and 19. We're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. So put some respect on the Orioles name. Look, I'll be there in person. What do you expect? Atlanta. We won. And we're going to beat the Orioles name. Look, I know anything. What do you expect? They're feeling good. They're feeling good. They won the World Series in 2021. We're going to beat. We're going to. You guys, congratulations. That's awesome. Braves fans, they're feeling good. But there's a new team in town, led by the boys. We're going to beat. We're going to look coming in. Look for the Orioles to make a name for themselves. Led by the boys. Mm-hmm. Led by the boys. Led by the boys. Mm-hmm. 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 Well, might have been giving some inside information out, Josh. Right. It couldn't be your fault. It's definitely not your fault. There's definitely maybe some inside information going on that is they're going, look, this Josh Klein kid, let's hoax him. Let's make sure he doesn't know what he's talking about, what he's thinking through. So that's probably why you're not losing a bet. But Josh, if I know anything about sports betting, and if I am a person that's in that sport, if I've learned anything over the past 100 years in the history of sports, you probably shouldn't bet on the game you're involved in. A person that's in the history of sports, just throwing it out there. Probably over the past generally doesn't work out good for you. A person that's in the history of sports out there, probably a person that's in the history of sports. Hey, travel ball's hot in the streets. Hot in the streets. Hey, hey, they're saying, well, this is all I'm saying is they're saying some suspicious activity happened while he was on the phone. Wager gets placed, and it's on the LSU Alabama game. Josh, I think here's part of the problem. The fact that there was any money bet on that game was an automatic red flag. I think FanDuel reported that the fact that there was any on that game. No one bet on the game. So the fact that there was a large sum money that came in. I mean, come on, man. I mean, what did you expect? I think what we're saying is the guy was on the phone in a sports book in Ohio. He's getting a phone call from the Alabama coach. That sports book puts big money down on the LSU Alabama game, while other sports books in the country didn't have a single person try to bet that game. So just a bit of a red flag coming in there. They're just I'm just letting you know. Try to bet. There wasn't a whole lot of interest in betting that game. So it just happened that's try to bet. Yeah. So and it just happened. It just try to bet. No. Mm-hmm. No, not my decision to make. Going to Kansas, yeah. Josh, I really like Tyler Reddick this weekend. You know, Team 23, 11 Racing. I think they get it done. Reddick, he's gotten that win this year. Look for him to get another one this weekend. Yeah. I think I know where this is going. I think I know where this is going. I think I know where this is going. Look at that, Josh. He could just win he might, if he goes on a run here, we're talking about one of the all-time greatest seasons. He could just win he might. You can win a free mug, a gift card to McDonald's. Peace.